Good evening and welcome to Tetrakey. My name is Mark Hopkins. I hope you're well. I hope you had a great day and the week is going well. I am here speaking to you from Durban, so you've got all the photos over my shoulder tonight. As usual, please like, please share. Instagram, YouTube, what else is there that we have? Mine's gone blank. That's a good enough start. The other thing we have is our two books, so please download our two books. The Accelerating Your Business Performance is one around 25 topics that are going to change how you view yourself, how you view your business, and how you view others around you. And also really excited, we've got the Green Light Accelerator that we have now launched, which is 52 weeks worth of support and content available to you online to do at your own pace with our support. So check out greenlightaccelerator.com for more information. So tonight I just wanted to go back and tell a story around the shoe shop theory, and I'll share another story around me, myself and I. So tonight's all about me, myself and I. So the first one is about just reiterate and remind yourselves around the shoe shop theory, because it came up today around the conversation I had with somebody he'd gone through a bit of a change in their journey and in their life, and they were sort of trying to work out where they were and how they're operating. So in 1992, I had an accident, ruptured my spleen, and ended up in hospital. And in hospital, I wasn't given the greatest chance of survival. And to cut a long story short, obviously I survived. And probably 6 months later, I really started struggling to sleep. And at that point, when I speak to someone who talked to me about your mind being a little bit like a shoe shop, it can be very, very organised, and that's how your mind likes to work. It likes to go through mental models. It likes to use knowledge and experience that it's previously had to fast forward process and short circuit process. But every now and again, your mind gets jumbled up. It's like a shoe shop being burgled, and instead of having nice order and a system in place that your mind can go through, it all becomes cluttered. It becomes a pile of boxes and random shoes. And the only way to really start tackling it is to think about which is the most important shoe for your shoe shop, i.e. the one that either is the most popular with the customers or is the most profitable for your business. And it's all about finding that shoe and putting that shoe back on the shelf. And then once you've tackled that one shoe, then you find the second and third and fourth shoe. And it's a very simple concept as well that I would like to talk to you about in terms of how you approach your business and your day. And I've talked about it before in terms of the conversations that you're avoiding, but I think it's also the tasks that you're avoiding. So I wonder how many tasks or things that you have on your to-do list that you're going to put off tomorrow. Maybe they are the most important ones, but in actual fact they're the ones that you're going to do later on because they're probably the hardest or the most important. You're actually going to go and check your emails, you're going to faff, you're going to go and do whatever you want to do, and you're only going to get round to those probably when you're tired, or you don't give it as much attention and effort as possible. So I think it's just an interesting thing to think about in terms of your shoe shop and your shoe boxes, and also your tasks, and how you categorise and where you put time and effort in terms of driving and delivering on those tasks that you want. I was running over the last couple of days a session for a business that has a challenge between a corporate viewpoint and a entrepreneur viewpoint, and how do the two work hand in hand. And during the session, one of the guys told a story about a general, and he said there are two types of generals. You either get clever generals or stupid generals, and you either get lazy generals and excited generals. That's what you get, either clever or stupid or lazy or excited. The best type of general is the clever and lazy general, because they'll think up all the cool stuff and the right stuff, and they'll strategize and they'll come up with the best battle plans. But then they're too lazy to actually deliver on those battle plans, but they'll get some really good staff working, officers working for them, who will actually go and implement all their ideas they want. So that's the best. The worst type is the unclever and excited, who will come up with all stupid ideas and deliver them all himself, and that ends in disaster. So just an interesting way to look at that in terms of where do you put your time and effort, and how do you leverage on those that are around you. Do you want to be clever and lazy, or do you want to be stupid and excited? Because again, if you think about your business, I think if we can be clever and excited, I think it's a good place to be. I think being unclever and excited is a very, very dangerous place to be. So where are you putting your time and effort? Second story I want to tell you and talk about is, over the last 4 years, life has been pretty tough. I've gone through some loss and some tough times. I think the great thing about tough times is the opportunities to pause, reflect, and understand a lot more about you as an individual. So the second thing I just want to sort of challenge you and to think about is how do you look at yourself in the mirror? How do you view your two halves to you? Because I think it's quite interesting to think about your other half and your other half. I'm saying that deliberately, because you have your other half, and then you have your other half. You have a half that you see, and then you have a half that you don't see. And it's your choice which you classify as the other half. You can either classify the half that you see as the other half, or you can classify the half that you don't see as the other half. But I think it's a really important thing to understand that it is not about other people fulfilling the gaps and holes in you. It's about you being the person that you want to be, and then surrounding yourself by the people who support your journey rather than fulfill or complement you. I personally don't believe that there are businesses and there are people in your lives who complete you. I don't think it exists personally. I think it's also quite a dangerous place to be, because then you become reliant on that person to be that piece of the puzzle that you can't do yourself. I think you need to create your own full puzzle, and I think you need to find people who either change those colours in the puzzle or help you make that puzzle even bigger. But at the core, the puzzle is you. You are the real puzzle, and no one else complements, no one else adds to no one else has to complete your puzzle. You're your own puzzle. So tonight is a short but sweet Facebook Live. So we've talked a bit about the shoe shop theory. We've talked about you understanding what is your most important task that you are going to focus on first and foremost. So I challenge you tomorrow to wake up and spend the first 5 minutes understanding what is the most high value and important task, and you do that straight away. So we've talked about that. We talked about understanding you and understanding how do you complete your own puzzle, and the critical for that. And we've talked about the difference between, and where do you want to be in terms of clever or stupid, or excited or lazy, and whereabouts on that paradigm and that matrix do you want to be. So with that note, I'm going to wish you a fantastic evening. Rob will be with you tomorrow night. I think it's the last time you'll speak to Rob. Rob will speak to you in the US, and then he's back next week, so you'll get the Rob and Mark show next week. So it'd be good to get him back and start working again. He's been having far too much fun kayaking and mucking about in North America. He now needs to start grafting again. But for those of you who joined, thank you very much for joining. Please remember to like and share. And I wish you a fantastic day, and I hope Friday allows you to meet all the goals that you've set yourself for the week, all the sales targets that you've set yourself for the week, all the debts that you've wanted to collect. I hope they will come through tomorrow, and then you finish off the week on a buzz, and then you enjoy what you want to do and how you want to focus over the next couple of days. So with that, I wish you a great evening, and I shall speak to you soon. Good night.